So, good morning everyone. Good morning ulit. Ako yung tutor nyo ngayon. Ako si Ahitofel Igama. So, pwede kayong mag-question with regards sa topic, pero pwedeng after discussion na lang. Okay, so our topic for today is yung merchandise. Diba yung general merchandises? So, ibig sabihin, merong binebenta. So first, let's define merchandising business. It is defined as purchase of goods that are ready for sale and then sell them to customers, either wholesale or retail. So sa madaling salita, para maka-earn ng profit sa merchandising business, bibili sila ng goods or products, tapos ibebenta rin nila. Ganun lang yung flow niya, dire-diretso na yon. So purchase inventory, purchase or bibili, tapos ibebenta yung biniling inventory, tapos bibili ulit sila hanggang sa tuloy-tuloy na yun ibebenta. Ang ginagamit sa pagbili is either cash or sales on account. So kapag cash basis, syempre cash yung gagamitin. Kapag sales on account naman, on account, so yun yung pwede mong utangin yung binili mo. Ngayon naman, sa merchandising business, meron silang ginagamit na business forms and documents to help identify the transactions that should be recorded in the book. Ang tawag dito ay source documents. Ang mga example ng source documents na to ay sales invoice, bill of lading, statement of account, official receipt, deposit slips, check, purchase requisition, purchase order, receiving report, and credit memorandum. Siguro very familiar sa inyo itong official receipt. Ito yung OR. Ito yung madalas na nakakalimutan nating hingiin after nating bumili. Kasi ini-issue ito ng mga businessman or businesswoman. Meron sample dito sa libro, yung picture nitong mga source documents. Pwede nyo siyang tingnan sa page 313 to 315 para mas maging familiar kayo. So, ano bang nilalaman ng source documents? It contains the vital information about the nature and amount of the transaction. The more common source document along with their descriptions are shown, ito yung given dito sa PowerPoint. Ito yung pinaka-common na ginagamit. So, paano nga ba ito ginagamit? Tingnan natin yung process. Dito sa steps in a purchase transaction. Whenever a purchase or sale of merchandise occurs, the buyer and the seller should agree on the price, the payment terms, and the party to shoulder the transportation cost. Pero, sa mga large businesses, meron silang sinusundan na procedures kapag bumibili ng merchandises. So, ito yung steps. Una, gagamitin nila yung purchase requisition. The user department fills in a purchase requisition form and sends it to the purchasing department. Kapag nakarating na yun sa purchasing department, magpe-prepare na ito ngayon ng purchase order. After checking with the price list, quotations, or catalogs of approved vendors. Then, after receiving the purchase order, ito, papasok na si invoice. The seller forwards an invoice to the purchaser upon shipment of the merchandise. And susunod na doon, kapag na-receive na yung upon receiving the shipment of merchandise, the purchaser's receiving department sees to it that the terms in the purchase order are complied with and prepares now a receiving report. So, ito yung magpapatunay na natanggap na nila yung in order. And lastly, before approving the invoice for payment, the accounts payable department compares copies of the purchase requisition, the purchase order, the receiving report, and the invoice to ensure that quantities, descriptions, and prices agree. So, mostly, ginagamit itong source documents na to kapag large businesses. Next, terms of transaction. Siguro nakikita nyo ito kapag nagbabasa kayo ng transaction, itong 2/10. Ano ka bang ibig sabihin nito? Ibig sabihin, itong 2 is 2% discount. Meron kang maa-avail na 2% discount if nagbayad ka within 10 days. For example, nag-order tayo January 1, so inutang natin yon. Magbabayad tayo January 11. So, within 10 days yun. Kaya meron tayong makukuhang 2% discount. Pero kapag beyond January 11, for example, January 12 or January 13, so wala na yung 2%. Hindi na natin siya maa-avail. Ito naman, nababasa nyo din to, N/30. So, ang ibig sabihin ng N pala is net term or net credit period, which is due in 30 days. So, para mas malinawan tayo, tingnan natin ang illustration. Meron kasing dalawang klase ng discount, which is cash discount and trade discount. So, first is cash discount. Yung illustration dito, assume that an invoice for 150,000 with terms 2, 10, and 30 is to be paid within the discount period. So, nagbayad daw siya within the discount period or within 10 days. So, para makuha natin yung cash discount, the invoice price multiply dun sa discount, which is 2%. So, 3,000 ang kanya magiging discount. Kaya ang babayadan niya na lang, instead na 150,000, 147,000. Doon naman tayo sa trade discount. Saan nga ba ginagamit itong trade discount? Trade discount encourage the buyers to purchase products because of markdowns from the list price. Yung illustration natin, Pinnacle Technologies quoted a list price of 2,500 for each 64 gigabyte flash drive, less a trade discount of 20%. If Video Fantastic ordered 7 units, the invoice price would be, so compute natin, 2,500, 7 units ang binili niya, so total of 17,500. Meron daw siyang trade discount na 20%, so 17,500 times 20% is 3,500. Kaya pag ibabawas natin trade discount, ang babayadan niya na lang 14,000. Next tayo is transportation cost. So, sa transportation cost, meron tinatawag na FOB. Ano nga bang abbreviation nito? It is an abbreviation for free on board. Sa free terms, merong dalawang klase, destination and shipping point. Kapag ka destination, FOB destination, the seller bears the shipping cost. Kapag ka shipping point naman, kabaliktaran yun. The buyer shoulders the shipping cost. So, as long as na yung goods, yung in-order natin ay pinadala na in transit, ibig sabihin, wala na siya kay seller, ongoing na siya sa atin na yun as a buyer. Kapag ka sa destination naman, mapapasayo lang yung in-order mo kapag ka na-receive mo na. Pero pag in transit pa lang, pinadala, kay seller pa rin yun. So, meron ditong freight prepaid and freight collect. So, para mas maintindihan natin ito, unahin natin dito sa destination freight prepaid. Ang mag-shoulder ng transportation cost, syempre kasi destination, si seller. Freight prepaid, so babayadan yon ni seller. So, si seller lahat yon pag destination and freight prepaid. Kapag ka shipping point naman, so yung shipping point, si buyer yon, freight collect, si buyer pa rin. Dito na magbabago sa destination, syempre ang mag-shoulder ng transportation cost si seller yon kasi destination. Pero dahil freight collect na siya, hindi na prepaid, si buyer na. Yung magbabayad ng shipper. And lastly, shipping point, so buyer pa rin yon. Pag freight prepaid naman, si seller ang magbabayad ng shipper. So, para mas maintindihan natin yan, may mga example dito mamaya. So, ngayon, dito tayo sa income statement ng merchandising business. Dun sa service business, may clear lang yun kasi revenues, ibawas mo yung expenses, profit na kaagad. Dito naman sa merchandising business, may tinatawag na tayong net sales. Ibabawas mo yung cost of sales, makukuha mo ay gross profit. Kung merong income, i-add. Kung may expenses, ibabawas. So, saka mo lang makukuha ang profit. Ano ba yung net sales? Sabi dito, net sales is the first part of merchandising income. Pero may formula rin ito. So, sales, less mo yung kapag may returns and allowances. Kapag ka may discount, ibabawas mo din yon. Saka mo lang makukuha ang net sales kasi gross sales yung una. Para i-record natin yung Sale of merchandise, kasi ang sale of merchandise, it's either cash basis, yun yung cash sales, kaya siya debit to cash and credit to sales. Kapag ka sales on account naman, on account, so ibig sabihin, debit accounts receivable and credit sales. So ang normal balance ng sales pala ay credit. Pero meron siyang contra income account, which is sales discount, tapos yung isa kanina, sales returns and allowances. So ano ba tong sales discount? So tingnan natin tong isang illustration. Assume that the Toyo traders sold merchandise on September 24, 3,000. Terms 210, so may terms ulit. So kapag nag-budget siya within the discount period, may 2%. The client paid on September 30. So from September 20 to September 30, bibilangin nyo yan, within the discount period siya. Kaya, kukumpitin natin yung discount period. Instead na 3,000 ang babayadan niya, 2,940 kasi may 2% discount which is equal to 60 pesos. Kaya ang marireceive lang niya ay 2,940 dahil dun sa discount na nakuha. Pero kung nag-budget siya pero October na, wala na yung discount period. So, tandaan natin guys, sales discount is contra income account, kaya debited siya. Ang sales normal balance ay credit. Pero dahil ito ay contra income account, nandito na siya sa debit side. Same lang din sa sales returns and allowances kasi may mga times na yung pinamili ay may defect or hindi nagustuhan ng seller. Kasi, yun nga, defective siya. Or may damage. So, pwede niya ibalik yun. Yun yung pinatawag na sales returns. Pero, may instances din na the seller will just grant an allowance or deduction from the selling price. So, kaya siya sales returns and allowances. So, ang maganda dito sa sales returns and allowances, hindi nyo na kailangan mag-compute kasi given na kung magkano yung naibalik. Magkano yung amount na binalik. For example, dito, 1 week after receiving, B. Bright returned 200 pesos of the original order as the products were defective. So, i-entry na lang natin siya, which is same lang sa sales discount, contra income din ang sales returns and allowances, debit siya, and then i-credit natin yung accounts receivable. Next is transportation out. So, when the free term is FOB destination, lagi natin natandaan, si seller ang may shoulder ng transportation cost. Kapag ka-FOB shipping point naman, si buyer ang magbabayad sa shipping cost. So, merong 4 na cases dito. Case number 1 is FOB destination. Destination, ibig sabihin, ang mag-bears ng kapag ka-destination, syempre, ang mag-shoulder ng transportation cost, si seller. And then freight prepaid, so si seller, then ang magbabayad kay shipper. Kaya, hindi lang natin i-record itong sa sales. Yung sales niya kasi is 17,000. So, sales 17,000 and then accounts receivable 17,000. Bakit siya accounts receivable? Kasi kapag may terms palagi na 2/10, ibig sabihin yan, sales on account. Hindi siya nagbayad ng cash. Yan. So, debit AR, credit sales, 17,000. Ngayon, dahil si seller ito, viewpoint ni seller ang transportation out, kailangan niyang i-record din yung transportation cost, which is 1,900. So, transportation out and then cash. Pero, kapag ka within the discount period siya nagbayad, syempre, laging may discount yon, yung 2%. 2% ng 17,000 is 340. So, sales discount debited. Kasi contra income account. Next tayo, case number 2. Same problem pa rin guys. Ito pa rin. Yung illustration. Ibang case nga lang. Shipping point naman, freight collect. So, kapag shipping point, si buyer, freight collect, si buyer pa rin ang magbabayad kay shipper. Dahil nasa transportation out tayo, there is no debit to transportation out account since the shipping term provided that the buyer shoulder the transportation cost. Kasi ang transportation out, under kay seller's viewpoint to. So, mamaya yun, i-record sa transportation in. Kaya ang i-record lang natin yung sa sales lang na 17,000. Same lang pag within the discount period, merong discount na 340 pesos. At dito tayo sa destination and free collect. Kapag ka destination, si seller yung magbabayad ng transportation cost, pero pati unang binayadan ni buyer. Kaya, para maibalik yun kay buyer, ang sisingilin na lang ni seller ay 15,100. Kasi ang talagang magbabayad si seller. Binayadan lang muna ni buyer. Kaya ibabawas na lang doon yung 1,900 sa 17,000, 15,100. Ito na lang yung babayadan, yung matatanggap ni seller. Sabi ito, AR is decreased by the transportation charges paid by the buyer for the benefit of the seller. Kasi binayadan muna ni buyer. Same true sa discount period. 2% ng 15,100 is 340. Last tayo, case number 4. FOB shipping point. Kapag ka shipping point, si buyer ang mag-shoulder ng transportation cost, pero babayadan muna ni seller. Dahil si buyer ang talagang magbabayad nun, nadagdagan yung babayadan ni seller. So, 18,900 kasi pinag-add ito. Pero sisingilin niya rin yun kay buyer. Kapag ka-discount period, so i-record pa rin yung sales discount na 340, idadagdag, ibabawas mo lang doon sa 18,900, which is 18,560. So, next tayo is cost of sales. Gaya ng nabanggit kanina, di ba? Net sales minus cost of sales para makuha ang gross profit. Ang cost of sales, meron din siyang formula. First is beginning inventory. Add mo yung net cost of purchases equals to TIGAS. Babawas mo yung ending inventory is equal to cost of sales or the cost of goods sold. So, lagi yung tatandaan guys, kapag ka beginning inventory, add. Pag ending naman, babawas siya. So, para makuha ang net cost of purchases, ito yung formula din. Purchases, ibabawas itong purchase returns and allowances. Pati yung purchase discount, makukuha natin is not purchases lang yon. Kailangan natin i-add yung transportation in para makuha ang net cost of purchases, which is 1,268,600. I-add mo to, beginning na 528,000 and then net cost. So, ito yung tinatawag na TIGAS or total goods available for sale. Then, ibabawas natin yung ending. So, yun yung cost of sales. Paano ba natin nire-record ang purchases? So, kung sa sales, ito ay credited, itong purchases naman, ang normal balance ay debit. Same din sa sales, meron siyang contra account. Ang contra account ng purchases, purchase returns and allowances, and then purchase discount. So, para ma-record ito, itong bought merchandise on account, ito, binanggit na dito on account. Kaya, nagbayad siya, inutang niya, hindi pa siya nagbayad ng cash, which is debit purchases and then credit mo yung accounts payable. Ngayon, may binalik daw. Receive a credit memo, dito yung Supply Corporation for Merchandise Return. Given na yung binalik, 300 pesos. Credit naman ang purchase returns and allowances. Di-debit natin ngayon yung accounts payable. Same din sa purchase discount. Dahil payable siya within the discount period. So, 15,900. Dahil may binalik na 3,000. So, magiging 15,600 na lang yung babayadan natin. Tapos, nagbayad siya within the discount period, may 2%. So, 2% is 312. So, ang talagang babayadan niya na lang ay 15,288. Next, transportation in. Itong transportation in, buyer's viewpoint. Yung kanina, transportation out, yun. So, viewpoint naman yun ni seller. So, dito, may example. Assume that the toy traders made purchases totaling 17,000 terms 2, 10, and 30. The transportation cost amounted to 1,900. So, same lang siya sa problem kanina. Pero, buyer's viewpoint naman tayo. So, FOB destination. Kapag ka nasabing destination, si seller ang magbabayad. Excuse me. So, si seller yung magbabayad. Tapos, free prepaid, syempre si seller pa rin ang magbabayad ng shipper. Kaya wala tayong i-record na transportation cost. Kasi si seller yung may hold ng shipping. Kaya ang i-record lang natin yung purchase natin, yung binili natin na 17,000. Dahil meron siyang terms na 210, ibig sabihin, on account yung pinagbili, which is debit purchases and credit accounts payable. Pag within the discount period, syempre, meron ulit tayong 2% na 340 pesos. Next tayo, case number 2. Free on board shipping point. So, shipping point, ito, si buyer naman ang magbabayad ng transportation cost. And then free to collect, so si buyer talaga ang magbabayad ng shipper. So, kailangan nating i-record ngayon, transportation in. So, take note guys, ito transportation in kapag ka kay buyer. Pero pag seller's viewpoint, syempre kay transportation out. So, debit, purchases and transportation in, credit naman natin accounts payable and cash. Same lang din, pag within the discount period, meron tayong discount na 340 pesos. Next is destination free collect. Kapag ka destination, ang magbabayad ng transportation cost, si seller. Pero, pati unang binayadan ni buyer. Kaya, dahil nagbayad tayo, so yung purchases natin is 17,000, kailangan nating i-credit kasi nagbayad nga tayo. So, nabawasan yung cash natin na 1,900. Sabi dito, accounts payable is decreased by the transportation charges paid by the buyer for the benefit of the seller. Kasi binayadan muna ni buyer. Next, pag within the discount period, same lang, may 340, re-record natin yung purchase discount na 340. So, last case, shipping point. So, shipping point, si buyer ang may shoulder sa transportation cost. Pero ngayon naman, dahil prepaid, ang nagbayad kay shipper ay si seller. So, ang entry nun is debit purchases, 17,000, and credit transportation in of 1,900. Kasi nga, tayo talaga yung magbabayad nung tayo yung nag-shoulder ng transportation cost. Kaya ang payable natin is 18,900. Pag within the discount period, ito, may 340 lagi na purchase discount. So, next tayo ay sa inventory system. Inventory system sa merchandising, merong dalawa, which is periodic and perpetual. The periodic inventory system is primarily used by the business that sell relatively inexpensive goods and that are not yet using computerized scanning systems to analyze the goods sold. So, sa periodic, hindi pa daw sila gumagamit ng computerized. Pero ito naman yung makabago, which is perpetual. Kasi sa perpetual, under the perpetual inventory system, the inventory account is continuously updated. Perpetually updating the inventory account requires that the time of purchase, merchandise acquisitions be recorded as debit to the inventory account. At the time of sale naman, the cost of sales determined are recorded by a debit to a cost of sales account and a credit to inventory. So, meron siyang pinagkaiba sa entry natin kapag ka may sales on account tayo. So, sabi dito sa first illustration, sold merchandise on account costing 8,000 for 10,000 pesos. So, yung cost niya is 8,000. Yung pinagbentahan naman is 10,000. Kapag ka periodic inventory system ang gagamitin natin, may lang yung entry. Debit accounts receivable and then credit sales, which is 10,000. Pero kapag ka perpetual ang gagamitin natin, kailangan din natin i-record yung transaction sa cost of sales. So, debit AR, credit sales na 10,000. Natin, inventory system, periodic, and perpetual. Sa periodic, ang entry lang, kapag ka sales on account, So, debit AR, credit to sales. Pero, kapag ka sa perpetual, kailangan din nating i-record yung cost, which is 8,000. So, debit cost of sales and credit inventory. So, gaya ng nabanggit kanina, kailangan siyang i-record palagi kapag ka may binabanggit na cost. Okay, so next, kapag ka may binalik naman, so customer returned merchandise costing 400 pesos that had been sold on account for 500 pesos. So sold on account ulit, which is 500, pero may cost siya na 400. Under periodic inventory system, ang i-record lang natin yung sales returns and allowances, so debit SRA, credit accounts receivable. Under perpetual, kailangan ulit nating i-record yung cost. So, debit inventory and credit cost of sales. Para hindi kayo malito kasi kanina yung cost of sales, debited siya. Kung nasaan yung AR, kung nasaan yung AR, di ba debit yung AR, dun din yung katapat ng cost of sales. Yung sales naman, katapat niya ay inventory. So, dito dahil ang SRA ay debited, I should say. So, debit yung SRA, yung inventory din ang i-debit. Kanina kasi credit ang sales, so credit mo din yung inventory. Tapos yung cost of sales, credited kasi accounts receivable ay naka-credit. Kapag ka-contra kasi, contra income account, so magiging credit itong cost of sales. Next, receive a payment from customer for merchandise sold within the discount period. So, same yung transaction. Diba yung pinagbentahan niya is 10,000. Tapos may binalik na 500 pesos. Ngayon, nagbayad na daw siya. Nagbayad siya within the discount period. So, kapag ka within the discount period, syempre may 2%. Kasi may terms kanina na 210, diba? So, may 2% within 10 days. So, ang gagawin natin, 10,000 yung pinagbentahan, i-less natin tong 500 kasi ito yung binalik, sales returns and allowances. So, 9,500. Kaya ang kanyang receivable na lang ay 9,500. Ngayon, dahil nagbayad siya within the discount period, kaya meron siyang 2%. 2% for 9,500 is 190 pesos. So, yung discount niya, 190 pesos. So, ibabawas yan. Ang talagang babayadan niya na lang ay 9,000. Ang matatanggap niya pala na payment, I should say, kasi sales pala to. No? So, ang matatanggap niya na lang ay 9,310. Same lang yung entry sa perpetual system. Walang pinagbago. Ang magbabago lang kapag sales returns, tapos sa sales. Kapag sales discount, same pa rin yung transaction. Then, ito naman, under purchases tayo. Tayo naman yung bumili. Purchase, so bumili daw siya. So, debit purchases, diba? Normal balance is debit, which is 6,000. Credit natin yung accounts payable, which is 6,000. Ngayon, dito na magbabago sa perpetual. Sa perpetual inventory system, yung purchases, purchase returns and allowances, and purchase discount, papalitan natin siya ng term na inventory. Pwede ring merchandise inventory, same lang. So, instead na purchases ang i-debit natin, inventory siya. Debit inventory, credit accounts payable. Ganun din siya pag purchase on cash basis. Debit purchases kapag periodic, credit mo is cash. Kapag perpetual, debit inventory and credit cash. Kapag cash basis yun, pero dahil yung sa problem is on account, kaya accounts payable. Next tayo, may binalik. Returned merchandise costing 300 pesos. So, binalik daw. Kapag may binalik, under buyer's viewpoint, tinatawag yun na purchase returns and allowances. So, dahil contra account siya, kanina debit yung purchase, contra account naman yung purchase return, kaya siya credit. So, debit accounts payable, credit PRA, purchase returns and allowances na 300 pesos. And lastly, sa perpetual, syempre, mapapalitan ito palagi. Magiging inventory ulit siya. And ito, paid for merchandise purchase within the discount period. So, nagbayad na daw siya. Same yung problem. Nandito pa rin tayo sa 6,000. So, 6,000. Meron kang binalik na 300 pesos. Kaya, 5,700 na lang ang utang mo. Ngayon, nagbayad ka within the discount period. So, kapag within the discount, dahil kanina meron tayong 2% discount, so 6,000 minus 300 na ibinalik, which is 5,700 times 2%. So, ang purchase discount niya ay 114 pesos. Kaya, ang total na babayadan niya na lang, 5,586 pesos. Dahil ang purchase discount ay contra account, kailangan siyang i-credit ulit. Same lang din yung entry, pero ang mapapalitan dito sa purchase discount. Instead na purchase discount, sa perpetual, papalitan mo siya ng inventory. Kasi nga yung definition kanina, continuously na na-update din sa inventory. Kaya, napalitan siya as inventory. So, yun lang guys. Pwede na kayong magtanong tungkol dito sa topic. Any questions po? Sige, pwede na kayong mag-send ng question. Kahit sa chat box na lang pag nahihiya kayo. Yung file pala, isend ko na lang mamaya sa group chat. Wala ba kayong questions? Kung may hindi clear, ulitin. Meron pa tayong 7 minutes, tama. Sige, kung ayaw nyo magtanong guys, okay lang, kay Lira na lang. Kay Lira, kasi siya yung next na magtuturo.
Anong topic ba kay Lira?
Chapter 8.
Completion. Ano nga guys, open cam? Kaya ba? Para naman nakikita namin kayo.
Sige.
Yan.
Hi. Alam niyo ba, bakit hindi naka-attend yung dalawa?
Baka alam nila walang ano.
Oo nga eh, alam ko rin walang pasok.
Kaya,
Ayun. Pasensya na, late notice. Late notice din sa amin actually. Hindi din namin in-expect. Ayun. Wala kayong question? Dahil tatakpan namin yung si Fen. Magtanong lang kayo. Halata naman sa discussion, di ba, na siya yung top 1 namin.
oo.
Parang mali ata yun
Ayun. So far, clear naman ba yung mga discussion? Pa-heart naman dyan kung oo.
Nang mag-heart.
Ayaw nila. Hindi. Hindi, meron. Meron na palang others na andito. Sila mga ginos dyan. Charot. Wala na kayong
Nakalat
question?
si Lira.
Wala na kayong question or ano? Wala naman na. Okay. Ano ba yan? Paano i-end ba na? Ano, Pel?
Sige, paano ba iyan?
Hindi, joke.
So, nag-end guys.
Joke lang, ano muna tayo? Documentation. Ayun, so,
Sige, open na lang.
kung wala ng question, mag-proceed na tayo sa documentation and then early dismissal ba? Hindi naman. Ayun. So, ay si Trina yung may yung may problema sa camera. Ito ba yun? Sige.
Smell na lang dyan, Trina. Kaya hindi kita lang.
Very
Okay.
bad.
Smell na. 1, 2, 3.
Ayun, so, i-end ko na yung meeting, itong Zoom meeting. Thank you sa participation and sa pag-attend. Ayun, so, have a lovely day ahead. And once again, thank you. And God bless future CPAs always.
Thank you po.